Hey everyone, this is Janine from Mommy's Crafty Side. It's been a while and I wanted to make sure we got a new tutorial put out, and I try to answer questions when I put out tutorials, and I want to definitely say that the most requested tutorial is for how do I make an FOE headband. I know a lot of the time for me, I'm like, I think I know how to do that, but I'd rather like see somebody else do it, so I'm like, oh yeah, that's how it's done. So the headband that I make with them are like shabbies, and I don't sell shabbies in shop, but I really, you can pretty much go anywhere on Etsy or eBay even, I think, has them. I usually just go through someone on Etsy and I just kind of find a big lot and I buy them like that. But there's lots and lots of places you can go. There's hair bow supply places, etc. But I know the biggest question I get is, how do you make them? So for me, I cut my FOE the way I want. Now that's another one. How big is your baby's head? Because you're going to want to make it just a little bit smaller so that it fits snugly around your baby's head. The average size for babies and kids is 15 inches for an infant, 16 inches for a toddler, 17 inches for a child or youth, and between 18 and 19 for an adult. So it just kind of depends. What I usually do is I'll ask if the parent can, like when my friends' kids and stuff, I'm like, hey, so how big is your baby's head? No, I don't say that. But I'll ask them, would 15 inches be fine? And most of the time the parent's like, oh yeah, because standard headbands for infants are 15 inches. So what I do after that is, you definitely want to make sure that your print side is facing out. I can't tell you how many, and if you're working with a solid, it's a little bit harder. You want to look for the shiny side. And I don't know if you can kind of see what I mean. It's kind of glossy, shiny, whereas the other side's more matte. Okay? And what I do is I cut it a little bit bigger, maybe like 15 1/4 or so. And then I will put just a little bit of glue right there. And don't worry, it will stay on, I promise. And I get it, and I just apply a little bit of pressure so that it kind of smushes out. So now my headband's perfect. Okay, but let's say I want to put a bow or shabbies on there. Obviously, you're not going to want to put that right on a band. So what I do is I add a, this is a 1.5 felt circle, okay? They're just called felt circles. The best place, and I have been buying these for a long time, and I used to sell them in shop, but I don't anymore. The best place to buy them is from a place called I Felt Sprightly. I-F-E-L-T Sprightly. The link will be down at the very bottom of the video in the comments area or description area, and you'll be able to see there. They put out coupon codes pretty often, and I think they have one that runs until tomorrow, which is July 31st, and it's like 25% off. Most of them are like 10, so it's kind of a good deal. If I'm just going to do a bow, I'll use a 1-inch felt circle. And you see it's just small, and I put glue on it, and I make sure to put my print or shiny side up, and I just glue it right on. Then you can get your little bow and you can glue that right on there. I kind of put it on one side more than the other, and then I just put a strip of glue and I just slide it across, and that way you're going to end up with a really cute headband. Okay, but if you're looking to do shabbies, if you want to do one shabby, like a 1.5, like a tiny shabby, this would definitely still do a good job. I Felt Sprightly sells them from 1 inch, 1.5, and 2-inch. I like the 2-inch when I'm going to do multiple shabbies, but the 1.5-inch does good too. So what I do is I just put a strip of glue, and I'll put it on here so you guys can kind of see. I just kind of do a zigzag line like right through the middle. It doesn't have to be a perfect zigzag, So there's my thing, and then I want to get this right here. Alright, and I make sure to push because the texture in the felt will allow the glue to get in really good. Okay, so now this soft piece is going to go on the baby's head along with the soft FOE. I know that a lot of people are confused because it's called fold over elastic. You don't actually fold it over. I'm not sure if you fold it over if you're sewing it or what, because there is this line down the middle, I don't actually fold mine over. I just put them out like this, and I think with the print, that's the way that they're supposed to go. That's how I've always done it. I've seen it done. That's how I was taught to do it. So it's always worked for me. It's very soft on the baby's head. Now, if you're going to use shabbies, you're going to want to put glue here, put one of your shabbies, put glue here, and kind of overlap your shabbies, and that'll cover up your middle spot. See, I used the 1.5 on this, just a little bit smaller, and it did 2 shabbies, and then I just put a line across and make sure I put the glue so that it stays really well. And I'm able to put a bottle cap and resins and other stuff on there. If you want to do it separate and you just want to make the headbands, I would make the headbands just like this with no felt, because what you can do is you can just clip your bow on. So you still have to add a clip, and you can clip it right onto the FOE, or you can put a small felt piece and clip it onto there. But ultimately, it's going to end up staying really well. Okay? So that is how I do FOEs. And again, you can apply your bow, your shabbies, or a clip-on bow, so it's a little separate. Okay? So it just depends on what you want to do. Again, I Felt Sprightly on Etsy is one of the most amazing sellers. They only charge $3 shipping, which is awesome, because I try to load up and buy like 3 or 4 different sizes at a time, and it only cost me $3 to ship. So that's great. And so it doesn't matter what products, you're only going to get charged $3 to ship as long as you're buying it with other stuff, which is cool. So again, to recap, what you're going to need to make your FOEs, you're going to need your FOE elastic, your felt circle. You can cut them out yourself, it just takes a while. They might not always be perfectly to size or uniform. Your felt circles, your shabbies, your clip-on bow, or a regular little bow that you're going to make on there, and your glue gun. Best glue guns are, I like to use the low temp small ones. To me, the high temps, they melt the glue really fast, and I tend to leave mine on for like days at a time. That's probably not good, but I do it. And you know, they don't like melt the glue so quickly, so it's like coming out the side. So again, hopefully you guys have fun with this whole shabby craze that's gripping everyone that I know. And the FOE, we have Halloween print FOE at CraftySideSupplyShop.com, or you can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/CraftySideShop. Hope you guys are able to use this, and happy crafting!